This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Thrillist.
Salma Hayek was talking to V Magazine Spain, and she admitted that she's an illegal immigrant. Oh, that's fascinating. Was an illegal immigrant.
Okay.
Okay. So then you think, wait a minute. So did she cross the border and then, like many years later, she's a hot actress?
Look at that. See, now this is all I wanted to say. This gives a whole new meaning to Dream Act.
There
She's
you go.
Stunning.
And then at the end she's like, oh, by the way, I'm a Hollywood actress, I'm rich and powerful, and supplies, I'm an illegal immigrant. No, it turns out that she's making a larger point by pointing out that at some point her visa had expired, right? And then at that point she was in the country illegally, right?
Yes.
And then eventually she went back to her home country, which is Mexico, and she renewed the visa and then came back, etc. But she was just trying to, point out that not everybody who's an illegal immigrant or here illegally at any time is some sort of like, oh my God, they're carrying the plague and they're the worst and destroying the country, which is a fair point.
Right. Well, okay. So yeah, make that point and make it A, louder, and B, sooner. Where was she before the election? Where was she when the headless bodies and Sharon Angle, were depicting people of Latinos as cockroaches? Like, really now? It's December.
But you know what? On the other hand, but Tina, look, she could have done it in any election. I mean, she could have done it in 2000, 2006.
But the Dream
randomly.
Act is which is really important. To anybody who's ever who's been here, living here as a kid illegally, it's incredibly important. It's been pushed back for another week, and so to have, here's the thing with liberals. Apparently, we can't figure out narratives. It's like, 18.5% of illegal aliens are law-abiding. It's like we get caught in this quagmire of numbers and stuff. But this is a real person. This is a real actor. I will never say that about another actor as long as I live. But this is a real person, who we can identify with, who's successful, and she had a problem with her immigration status. That's the problem with immigration is it's not amnesty or not amnesty. It's an issue of humanity or not humanity. And the Dream Act, we have spent money on these kids. They've gone to public schools. Why not, have them come here and pay into Social Security? Because I cannot, support all these old people.
Right.
By myself.
Now, the thing is, I have mixed feelings about this because on the one hand, come on, she's not the regular, quote unquote, illegal immigrant, undocumented, etc. She's a mega star, and so people are, but at the same time, Tina's right in that, and I point that out just because she has all this power, right? And it's not the same as somebody who's walking across the border and is powerless, etc. Now, that person you should actually look out for even more, if you ask me. But now, Tina's right in that it personalizes it. So people who enjoyed her movies don't just think of illegal immigrants or undocumented immigrants as someone who is, somehow what Fox News has portrayed them to be, but someone they like Salma Hayek. So it's important, but I actually don't fault her for coming out with it whenever she did. It's almost like coming out with being gay. Like, people always say, oh, you should have done it sooner, but I don't know, that's their personal life. And now we have a new sponsor, Thrillist. They're very cool because they hook you up with really interesting things going on in your town or any town you might be in that you don't know about.
Right. They also let you know where the best restaurants, bars, venues are.
Thrillist.com/TYT.